So today, we're going to be talking about a character who is loved by a lot of people, but I personally cannot stand her. And yes, before anybody rushes to defend her in the comments like she personally pays your rent, just hear me out first, okay? We're talking about Bulma. Now, ever since I started watching Dragon Ball, I've never really liked Bulma, at all. And honestly, most of it comes down to her attitude. I feel like she acts incredibly entitled. One thing about Bulma is that she always expects the world to revolve around her. There are moments in the series where literal life or death situations are happening, planets are exploding, villains are threatening humanity, and somehow Bulma still manages to make everything about her personal inconvenienced. I remember this one episode in Dragon Ball Super, I think it was episode 16 or 17. I'm not completely sure where she was going to get her hair done, and some criminals bumped into her car. Now, instead of acting like a normal billionaire or whatever in their currency, and just calling the police, she literally chases after them herself. And of course, by the end of it, Krillin gives her a speeding ticket for reckless driving and getting involved in the situation, and she gets upset. Then later, they all end up at Gohan's house because Chi-Chi kicked Gohan and Mr. Satan out of the house and refuses to let them inside after they acted recklessly with Pan. Krillin says there's nothing he can do about the situation, so Bulma basically offers to help smooth things over if Krillin gets rid of the fine for her. And when he says no, she gets upset again. Ma'am, you are literally one of the richest people on the planet. That ticket probably costs less than one of your hair appointments. It's especially hard to like her because she rarely gets called out for this behavior. The show treats it like, oh, that's just Bulma being Bulma. Meanwhile, if another character acted like that constantly, the fandom would drag them for the next 10 years straight. And can we talk about how rude she is sometimes? Bulma has this habit of talking down to people like she's the only competent person in the room. Now, yes, she is extremely smart. Nobody's denying that. But intelligence without humility becomes exhausting very quickly. There are scenes where she snaps at people for no reason, insults them, bosses everyone around, and somehow the show frames it as quirky girl boss behavior. No, sometimes she's just mean. Another thing that bothers me is how manipulative she can be. Bulma knows she's attractive, she knows she's intelligent, and she absolutely uses both to get what she wants. And before anybody says, well, that's just confidence. No, confidence and manipulation are not the same thing. Especially in older Dragon Ball episodes, there are moments where she uses flirting or guilt-tripping to control situations, and the show plays it off as comedy. But rewatching it now, it aged a little strangely. Not horribly, but definitely one of those moments where you pause for a second and go, okay, that was a choice. And do not even get me started on her relationship with Vegeta. I'm sorry, but that relationship makes absolutely no sense to me. We all know how Vegeta is. The man respects strength above everything else, and he hates anything he considers weakness. So how exactly did he end up with Bulma? I genuinely don't get it. And look, I know some people are going to say opposites attract. Fine, cool, whatever. But their relationship always felt random to me. The writers woke up one morning, spun a wheel, and went, who should Vegeta end up with? Ah yes, Bulma. And everybody just accepted it. Now I did hear this theory years ago that they basically had a one-night stand, and that's how Trunks happened. I'm not even sure if that's officially true, but if it is, did they just stay together because of the child? Because honestly, their relationship never felt natural to me. And okay, I'll admit something else too. Part of my dislike for Bulma might have been fueled by jealousy when I was younger. Listen, don't judge me. I had the biggest crush on Vegeta as a kid, so seeing Bulma married to him with a whole child together definitely did not help her case in my eyes. Was it irrational? Absolutely. But younger me was fighting imaginary battles over that man. Now, to be fair, I don't think Bulma is a badly written character. Actually, I think the reason people have such strong opinions about her is because she's memorable. She has personality, she contributes to the story, and she feels like an actual person instead of just existing in the background. And I'll absolutely give her credit where it's due. Without Bulma, the entire Dragon Ball series changes dramatically. She's resourceful, she's essential to the plot, and she's one of the few non-fighters who stays consistently relevant in a franchise obsessed with power levels and screaming for 47 minutes straight. That deserves respect. But usefulness and likability are two completely different conversations. Just because a character is important doesn't mean everyone has to enjoy their personality. And honestly, Bulma reminds me of that one friend who's entertaining in small doses, but would completely drain your energy if you spent too much time with them in real life. You know the type? The friend who somehow starts arguments during a group project and then acts shocked when everybody gets stressed. That's the vibe she gives me. At the end of the day, I understand why people love Bulma. She's confident, outspoken, intelligent, and undeniably iconic in anime history. But for me personally, her arrogance, selfishness, entitlement, and attitude outweigh her positive qualities a little too often. And honestly, in a franchise full of aliens throwing hands at the speed of light, it's kind of impressive that one of the characters who irritates me the most is just a really rich genius with attitude problems. That's power. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know which popular anime character you secretly dislike. I'll see you next time.